Because I'm eating cereal and I don't want to get into it. That's why. We're not going to boycott the Oscars. It's a stupid idea, and it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't even be an issue in the first place. Leo and I are in complete agreement about this. Okay, either you work hard and you get recognized, or it just wasn't there. It's as simple as that. I mean, I don't want to make light of the situation, but that's the black and white of it. I mean, if we're being honest, I could care less if Jada Pinkett Smith is boycotting the Oscars. Okay, I mean, Will Smith is good, but he's not on the level of Leo. You think he should be nominated because he cried? Okay, he cried in I Am Legend too. Does he deserve to get an Oscar for that too? Then, because this entire conversation is that's the reason. Like it's not either there's black people that are in this industry and they're doing great things, or they're not. How can you nominate a black person for best costume design if there is not a black person that did costume design? Okay, you can't just say there should be more black nominations. I mean, either they're in the field or they're not, and their work stands and speaks for itself, or it doesn't. You don't just hand out. Yes, it is an overwhelming statistic that over 2,000 white people have been nominated throughout the Oscar history, and only 33 people that won were black. But if more black people want to be nominated for an Oscar, then more black people should be flooding the market with like, hey, I did the best digital short, or I did the best directing. The work has to be undeniable, and yeah, if your work is undeniable and you're still not getting recognized, then that's cause for an uproar. But if you didn't even do the work and you still want recognition, Obama, listen, I know this. You know this. Okay? We just got to do better. And yes, when I say we, I mean we. You know, when Denzel won for Training Day, did he say, okay, a boycott after this? No, he kept hustling. That's what you got to do. There were 10 positions for Best Actor. 8 of those positions were filled. You can't just throw Will Smith in the 9th spot and somebody else in the 10th spot just to fill like a quota. And that's why the cliche speech comes out. It's an honor just to be nominated. Because that's the truth. Like, either you work hard and you are nominated. You don't think my boy John Bodega from Star Wars is over here complaining that he didn't get nominated for Best Supporting Actor in a role, I mean, he's in Star Wars. The people nominated at these awards are people that made you feel something, that were real, it was genuine, it was the pinnacle of the. If you water it down and then you just say, hey, we're nominating you because you are black, then, I mean, doesn't that kind of like take away the luster? This guy that I got plastered on my wall right now, he has been in so many solid performances. He has clawed his way to a nomination. Again, I'm talking about, like, this fool needs to get an Oscar for most times not winning an Oscar. What did he do? Grindstone Central, and then lo and behold, hey, you're nominated for an Oscar, by the way. And what does Will Smith have? I Am Legend, Hitch, Concussion, Suicide Squad, Focus. These are entertaining roles, but does it command prestige and respect? Not. That's why I'm about to get in Hollywood, and I'm gonna bring it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna drop fire on some people just because it's just like, no, not literal fire. Because in order to lead a legacy, you need to show the versatility that you can play the detective, you can play the crazy person, you can play the adventurer, you can play the explorer, you can play the like no. Then you have Will Smith over here crying because he put on a fake Nigerian accent, and he thinks that I need a nomination because I did that. Yes, the Oscar committee is stringent, and yes, they're probably all white, and yes, they're probably all old, but they probably have an extensive checklist. Did the performance that we would nominate you for, did it pull people in? Did it feel genuine? Were you believable? I mean, just basic, oh, you weren't believable? People didn't really like the role? And it felt forced and not natural for you? Okay, you don't get nominated. There can't be this stupid crutch that just comes out of left field, and you're just like, oh, by the way, I'm black, so go ahead and lock in that nomination. Anthony Portier, Cuba Gooding Jr., Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Halle Berry. Yes, they earned these spots. This is such a big deal now. Then we should have nominated Gabrielle Union for Best Supporting Actress in Bring It On with Kirsten Dunst. I mean, when people blur the line between reality and entertainment, and they forget that they're watching a movie because it feels so real, that's what deserves a nomination. I did subpar acting and I didn't get nominated. Psh, step your game up. But I'm black. Doesn't that count for something? Psh, sounds like you're making excuses. Sounds like that counts for something. Trying to blame the Oscars for being racist after what 88 years. That's like crying because you didn't get a participation medal. Like, no, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yeah, give my best to Michelle. If you can, you feel me? Real talk. Hashtag two terms. That's what's up. No, I didn't vote for you. All right, we'll get at you. What a great listener. Honestly, I just think at the end of the day, as I wind down in my full body sleeping bag, I think the Will Smiths out there and the Spike Lees out there, they're just scared because they don't see another Denzel Washington on the rise. They don't see another Will Smith trying to step up. They don't see another Spike Lee trying to direct films. It's so then yes, while they're in their prime and while they're coming out with decent stuff, they want recognition, and I mean they want, but like the good book says, you paid the cost to be the boss. You know, I mean your work needs to speak for itself. Well, why do you think so many people get so emotional once they do win? Because it takes a lot of effort to get there. Is boycotting and name calling gonna help anything?